This is going to be a kind of a landscape slash trash out or skid steer part of the trash out video for 301 Kennedy Sales in Auburn. So I've just pulled in the driveway here, and just so you can kind of get a view of what we're looking at. You got grass and tall weeds on the left right here. Probably take the skid steer and just go over those real tall weeds, and we put them back there in the woods. Kind of just knock this down enough so we can get a lawnmower. Like even these little trees right here right next to me. Right next to the driveway. Let's get this scraped off. I think there's some log debris over there. It's kind of hard to see. We get it scraped off with a skid steer enough so we can just run over this with a lawnmower. And the idea being that we'll put hay and seed on this. That'll be the end result of all this, basically the bare spots. That covers kind of the left side of the driveway right here at this end. The right side of the driveway, you can kind of see, we just need to limb these trees back probably about, I'd say 12 foot off the ground and probably 5 foot off the right side of the driveway right there. If you just go down there kind of 5 foot over, 12 foot up, I think that'll probably be 10 to 12 foot high, probably good. All right, so now we'll pull on down in here. So we'll talk about the rest of the yard. And oh yeah, while I'm sitting here too, we're going to take the driveway and kind of just loosen up the gravel and try to smooth it out, level it best we can with what we already got here. Because it's kind of humpy. It's kind of got holes and ruts and stuff in it. We'll try to fix it the best we can with what we've already got here. You can tell these weeds are like really, you can't just cut this with a lawnmower weed eater. So we're going to come through with a skid steer and scrape it off real good right there. So we can cut it. And the big picture idea here is to get all these trees out of the way so we can actually see the house right here. So right here, when you pull down, there's some bushes right here. We'll back up so we can see it better. When you're pulling down in here, you can see there's like a little array of trees right here on the right that needs to be just completely removed. It's like they're more like bushes than trees. They're like right there in front of that pile of mulch right here. This is probably good. I can probably get out now and all right, so the idea being to open all this up, take that tree down, this tree, right here, the dogwood, all this bunch of, this whole little thing of trees right here, this pine tree, that dead tree right there, and all these little brush trees that's underneath of it. That's will open up the driveway. When you come down, you'll be able to see up through here. We'll limb these limbs right here up about 10, 12 foot so we can see that, clearly see that shed that's right there. That big cedar tree is coming down. We're gonna cut the limbs off of it, cut it up into sections, and bring it back to my house. I will tell you the size of the sections. Okay, so right here we're gonna leave this tree. That tree's gone, the dogwood's gone, the other dogwood's gone. That little tree right there is gone. We're gonna have to, and all the trees that stay like this one staying, we need to cut the limbs up about 10 foot on every single tree that stays here. The limbs need to be cut up about 10 foot height on all the ones that are staying. This tree's staying, this tree stays. These two trees right here can stay. They just need to be limbed up. All this brush stuff is going. All these little pine trees right here are going. We'll limb those trees right there up about 10 or 12 foot. They're staying. There's actually one that's in between those. The little one in between needs to go. You'll be able to tell there's one little small tree in between those two big trees. It needs to go. This little tree needs to go. All this brush needs to go all the way to the house. I will tell you what we need to do. There's a pile of wood stuff here. There's some pallets. Pile like some 1x2 or something. I will figure out what we're going to do with those. There's a pile of wood here. I think Carson said he wanted to keep this wood. There's a little pile of freaking wood back in the woods right there. Need to get these limbs off this building. We're not doing nothing to this tree line right here. We're gonna leave it like it is. But all this right here at the cedar, all the way around, every bit of these trees, all these trees are gone. Right here, all these trees. All the way down to the end of the house right there. All that's gone. We're gonna smooth the grade out right here. Take the railroad tie timbers that's right there next to the house. They're going away. We're just gonna smooth all this down. Natural flow, put hay and seed. Same thing right here. If we got bare spots, we'll put hay and seed. I've already talked to Ed about this building. This building needs to come out of the woods and be taken up there. And oh yeah, while we're back here, let's figure out, I see a cedar tree over there, I think. Need to see if that cedar tree right there is dead or rotted yet. It's right back over there. But while we're right here, let's figure out where we're going to put all this debris. All these tree debris and stuff need to be neatly put in these woods. I need to ask Carson how far the property line goes back over here past the back of the house. That building comes out. So now I'm looking for a spot. All this right here just gets cleared away and scraped away from the house so it's flat. And I'm thinking about combining the trash out with the landscaping here, the exterior trash out. So I'm thinking about getting a 40-yard dumpster up here for the trash. And we'll walk around and look at that. There's just little trash laying everywhere around this house in little piles. There's trash underneath this back deck right here. Those little poles sticking out of the ground out there, take the skid steer and knock them down. And this is a good time to get the trash when we got the skid steer up here. It's a lot easier. Now, back to where we're gonna put all this debris. All this little thin little line of stuff right here is getting out of here. So once we do that, then we're gonna open these woods up and you're gonna be able to see back in there. So we obviously don't want a pile like right here. So I need to see how far these go back, and I would think the best place would be to put all the debris is gonna be back here in the right corner of the property. That way when you come back here and look at this house, you wanna be able to look straight back here and look good, all back there and look good. If you look back to the right corner, there's a little pile of trees and stuff over there. I think we'll be fine with that. So probably over that way. But we'll have to check the property, kind of the property line, see exactly where to put this stuff. But anyway, to continue on around with what we're doing here. Remember, we're going to combine the trash out with the skid steer with the landscaping. So we'll get all that trash out from underneath the deck. We need to limb this tree right here up about 12 feet. There's just trash laying everywhere on the ground and stuff. You'll start seeing it when the skid steer's out here. There's trash right there. There's trash in the woods right here. There's tires right there. There's bottles and stuff. There's just trash just laying in the woods right here. You'll start seeing there's trash back there, which I don't think that's even part of this, but it's way back there. Trash can back there. All this wood stacked in random piles around the property needs to go back over there in the debris, where I'm talking about piling the debris back here in the woods. This limb right here needs to be gotten off. We need to limb this tree up. No limbs around the house right here can be hanging down like this. They need to be 12 foot up. Anywhere within 30 foot of this house, these limbs must be 10, 12 foot off the ground. All these pine trees and little trees, saplings right here, got to go. That's right here on the left side of the house. And be mindful of the power line up here. There's a power line wire right there. This trash needs to be loaded into the dumpster. You know, yeah, this little metal box just reminded me, I showed Ed a metal container type thing that's back there behind the Jason Voorhees building that I want him to bring to my house too, along with the cedar logs. We're gonna strap them cedar logs once they're cut into the lengths I'm gonna tell you to cut them into. We're gonna bring them to the house. We can use them to make tables or whatever. And I showed him this retaining wall right here. We may take 2 or 3 of the timbers that are here off the top that are rotted and just simply pull the grade of the dirt down. Make it kind of just pull the grade of dirt down right here. You can't see it because all this stuff, but once all this vegetation's moved, you'll be able to see that. And just like little areas like this, we'll just kind of straighten out best we can, put hay and seed. Anywhere we disturb the soil, we got to put hay and seed. And now we've done come circle right back around. A professional tree company's coming out to de-limb the trees, all the big limbs and stuff off the trees. But all this wood debris and stuff, the satellite dish needs to be thrown away. All this random piles of wood, random piles of cedar limbs that were cut right here. These railroad ties need to be removed, and we'll just scrape the dirt, grade the land around it, all the way up to the side of the house, make sure the grade looks good and smooth out here. And we got a good layer of hay and seed put down. Again, all these bushes right here, right on the left side of the driveway, all this is gone too. All that wood that's right over there needs to be gone. All this trash, pile of trash laying over there. All this wood, all this trash, all this trash. Between this trash, stuff on the front porch, stuff down there in the basement, all the stuff in the wood line, probably over a 40-yard dumpster. So we need at least get a 40-yard dumpster, and then we'll put the rest of the trash in the pile with the Voorhees building and figure out if that needs to be brought out of here by a trash out guy. Do we need to get another dumpster out here? What's gonna be cheapest? But basically that's it. I mean, the whole yard just needs a little bit of work done to it. We'll take that, we'll take the wood chips that are down there, just right there at the left side of the front of my truck. Probably just put them around some trees or something. Whatever makes sense to do with those, but they can't just be left there in a pile like that. Yeah. So that's pretty much it on that. Yeah, that's good for this one.